Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, it's morning here anyway. Early morning. For me, don't usually fly this early. But here we go. Broadcasting on Twitch, recording as well. So it will be posted up on YouTube later as well, for those that know my YouTube channel. We are in the Airbus A320, the Aerosoft Airbus Extended. And we're doing a flight from Salzburg to Palma de Mallorca, or in proper air terms, we're going Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra to Lima Echo Papa Alpha. We are using Vox ATC to inject traffic and do the ATC. It's an FSCaptain flight. For those who don't know FSCaptain, it's a sort of like your very own virtual like setup, whatever. Airline, mine's called A2B, as in going from A to B. Charters, it's charter services, so no scheduled flights or anything. And as you can see, the rain's pouring down, so let's get a few things loaded in. First thing we want is the ATC, and we'll get this set up first.
Test. 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 Test.
Test.
Test.
Test.
Test.
Test.
Test. Test. Test.
Test.
Test.
Test. Test. Test.
Test.
Test.
Test.
Test.
So that's Vox ATC up running. Now I've got to minimise this window because I need to do a couple of things. I need to do one. So you lose the sound for a second. I've got to load up the FSCaptain ACARS, but it's an external module. Because some reason the internal module doesn't work. I haven't quite figured out why yet. So I'm starting that up and logging into that. And I'm also going to do the fuel planner, loading in our passengers and payload into the aircraft before I actually get started. And we have 127 passengers who are going to board, and we have 10,457 kilograms of payload. Actually it's more than that, but I had to trim it back a bit because FSCaptain was overloading us and we wouldn't get off the ground. So I'll load that in now and we'll come back into the flight sim. Or we would do. It's crashed. Has it? No, it isn't. It's back again. Whew. Minor heart attack. So we got that running, and today I've been practicing with this. Today we're using FS2 crew. Or we would do if the computer wasn't playing about. The computer is doing a disk check for some reason on one of my disks, and that's sort of causing a little bit of a major graphical glitch. So we'll put that up there and we'll just mute it for the second, and we'll just go into the config UK crew because I'm British. We're not having a start crew doing the pushback because I have GSX for that. So we'll just do a quick test.
Audio test in progress. Left speaker test. Right speaker test. Audio test complete.
And that's working alright, so we can just cut that down a bit. Now, I shouldn't have started that yet, really, should I? It's supposed to get the aircraft state right first, although technically I haven't actually started it yet. So, aircraft is cold and dark. Hopefully I won't mucked up FS2 crew now, because we're going to go into FS2 crew and we're going to press the button.
Hi Captain, how are you today?
Hello and good morning, Mr. Co-Pilot. I'm doing okay, still tired. Heavy sleep last night, so I'm still waking up. Hey, what better way to do it? Go for a flight. And I think we can get rid of the menu bar now. Now, I haven't set up the flight plan yet, so I've got to do that. But let's go up here and let's turn these bits on that we need to turn on, and turn these bits off that we need to turn off. That's the ADIRS into nav position, and turning off the fuel pumps, or turning them on I should say, getting rid of all white lights as they say. I'll have the nav lights on. We will arm the signs, we'll put the no smoking signs on, and we'll put the seatbelt signs on. I think that's about it up there for now. Gotta go and do our flight plan. What we'll do, the first thing we're going to do is do our aircraft doors, because we want to do the front right and the aft right doors. Now bear with me for a second, because I'm going to actually do something that someone said to do, just to make sure everything's working alright. It's called Twitch Analyzer, and it just analyzes your broadcast just to see if there's any problems with it for stability, etc. And it's currently testing that, and we'll see what it comes back with. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, oh, countdown, nail biting. It'll say whether the video frame rate, the quality check, the stream info, the keyframe check and all that lot's in a good position. And 1 second remaining apparently. That 1 second's taken a long time. You can't see this of course, this is being done on a web page, and it says deviating a little bit, no drop frames, keyframe is alright, stream availability, United States is poor and Europe is poor. Oh, what a surprise. Oh well, that's something new. Okay, yes, back to here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up GSX, and we'll have some catering on this service. So we'll pop outside in the rain, and you can see that that's all kicking in now outside the aircraft. Off go the little tow trucks to get the cargo and the baggage. Over there somewhere. Here they come. Here's the catering trucks. We'll just see them start up, and then I'll go and do the flight plan while they're loading. What we can do though is we can tune into ATIS while we're waiting and get the old weather report. Not that I need much telling, it's raining.
Temperature 1 to 2.11.
QNH1017. Weather. Rain advise you have information Bravo. This is Salzburg. Information Bravo. 1039 Zulu. In use runway 34. Wind 290 degrees 8 knots. Visibility greater than 20 kilometers. Cloud. Broken at 2,600 feet. Broken at 3,600 feet. Temperature 1 to 2.11. QNH1017. Weather. Rain advise you have information Bravo.
So, got the vital
This is Salzburg.
information from that.
Information
We'll tune
Bravo.
away from that now.
1039 Zulu. In use runway 34. Wind 290 degrees 8 knots.
Okay, we'll go back inside the aircraft now. Move across to this one because I need to set up the flight plan. So we'll set the IRS to align. And I'll start setting the flight plan. Gonna do it manually because it's not a company route. So the sound will keep dropping out a bit because I need to refer to another page, and I can't see the chat or anything either, so bear with me.
Delta India Bravo.
We are going to
Stand by.
set this up. We are Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra, and we are going.
Delta
I'm out for
India
the
Bravo
walk round.
November Echo. Clear
Oh,
forces
he's off.
airport. Clear just fine. Maintain
Leaving me
flight
already.
70.
And we're going
Expect
to
flight level 160
Lima
10
Echo
minutes after
Papa
Departure
Alpha.
frequency
My flying ain't that bad, you know.
160. Squawk
We haven't got a
320
company
to
route, so that says none up there.
We'll
We'll come back here. We are A2B Airlines,
Maintain flight level 70.
and our flight number is 633.
3021.
Cost index of, ooh, let's see, 10. Why not? Pick a number, any number, doesn't really matter. No, actually seen it make any difference. And our cruise altitude for this flight is going to be 32,000. Flight level 320, which will give us an outside temperature of minus 49. That's handy. Now, that's that first page done. We can't do much on the second page, except I know we are going to be 24 degrees in there. Oh, we're not allowed to put it in yet. Flaps 1 in there, and it'll let me put that in later on, obviously. We'll go to the flight plan then, and our first waypoint is Nanit, which is November Alpha November India Tango. And if you haven't seen this done before, you have to click on that waypoint because we're going to enter a page full of airways here. Our first airway is Yankee 703. Pops in there. That'll take us to Romeo Tango Tango. Onto the airway Yankee 107. Leading us to Tango Oscar Bravo Oscar Sierra Oscar. That's a long one. Actually, I put one too many Oscars in. So, I'll take one of the Oscars out. That's better. I thought it was a bit long. On to airway. Uniform Yankee 107. I'll come back to that in a second because the beeping's going to annoy me, so we'll close our right-sided doors. Come on, you can do it. Stop it beeping at me to tell me the catering trucks are finished. And they've done.
Lufthansa 315.
Okay, where was we?
Frankfurt Main.
We're going to Echo Tango
315.
Papa Alpha
Stand
Papa,
by.
which will lead us on to
Lufthansa
Uniform
315.
Quebec
Clear
984.
Frankfurt Main Airport. Clear this file. Maintain flight level 70. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 123.72.
which leads to
Squawk 3022. Lufthansa 315. Clear to Frankfurt Main
Vam2.
Airport. Cleared as file. Maintain flight level 70. Departure frequency 123.72. Squawk 3022.
and we'll put one more in because you can fit one more on the page.
Lufthansa 315.
That is Uniform
that
Mike
correct?
984. Which brings us into Papa Alpha Delta Kilo Oscar. We'll insert that into the plan, and then we've got to repeat that bit because we still have a little further to go than that. So we go to the last one we put in, and Airways. We have Uniform Yankee 38. Pops in there, which leads us to Vatier or Victor
I'm back from the walk
Alpha
around and
Tango
looks good.
India Romeo. Thanks. Better say thank you to him. He's done his job, sterling fella. So, what's it doing? Vatier goes in here. On to our next waypoint via the airway, Uniform November 852. Which leads us to Victor Echo Romeo Sierra Oscar. On to our final airway of Uniform Lima 129.
Hi, Captain. May we start boarding now?
Blimey, she's quick and keen. Yes, please.
Great.
So, that's happening. I'm confused now. I haven't finished the flight plan yet. So I've got to go to my FSCaptain and confirm the amount of passengers and the cargo, etc. to get permission from them to load. It gets very confusing when you have all these different programs running at once, but that's got permission there. We'll also set GCX off to boarding. And I'll get back to my flight plan. I'll finish this in a minute. Right, Uniform Lima 129 leads us to Papa Oscar Sierra. That's our last waypoint. Oops, I didn't want that. Go away. So we'll try that again. Papa Oscar Sierra. That goes in there. And that is our flight plan completed.
Southbound clearance. Translated 575. Ready for clearance England.
We'll just get rid of our
Translated 575. Stand by.
discontinuity. And done. So,
Translated 575. Clear to
we're at
London Airport.
Salzburg.
Clear this file.
So I'll click on that.
Flight level 30.
We
Expect
know
flight
we
level 27,
airway,
510
or the runway in
minutes
use
after
is
departure.
34. They're calling it 33 because the AIRAC has been updated. Thank you, that's a follower. I can't see who you are. Hang on. I should be able to... Ugh. Can I get back to the webpage and see in time? Questions, questions. Sorry, I missed who that was. I will check in my email in a minute and give you a quick mention. We don't know whether we're going to get anything on there yet, so we'll insert runway 33. At least then we can go back to here, which will tell us our flaps, settings, etc. Or our VR, V1, VR and V2. Now I can put in my 24% in here, and that's done. Dusted. What I can do is go to the last page, the approach, and I can look on Active Sky Next at the weather briefing, and that'll sort of give us a guess at what's going to happen when we get there, and that is QNH of 1015, so I'll put that in, and it's saying it's going to be 25 degrees Celsius. Wow, that's a warm one in Palma de Mallorca. And the wind is going to be 0 and 0. Ooh, well, not sure that's likely to be true, but we'll stick that in there anyway. 0 and 0. That's that done. So, sort of done everything I need to, I think. So, we'll come back up here and I'll start going through what I should have been doing in a second. Let's just check my email and see if I've got a notification of who followed. Answer, no, not yet. I'll definitely give you a shout out in a minute as soon as I know who it was. So we're in here. What do we got to do now? I've got to go back to the start page of my checklist. Got it all printed out, you know, well organised. So QNH is 1017, so we'll set that. He says let me look. Going through the list. Emergency lights, barrier reference is set. We don't know a squawk code yet. We haven't got a squawk code, so I can't set that yet, but I need to go down here. I'm getting terrible lag on it at the moment, I'm afraid, at my end. I hope you're not getting it at your end. That's the computer is doing something in the background, which is obviously not very nice. So let's turn the radios on. We'll go back to our ATC and we'll do a radio check.
Clear to Van Buren Airport. Clear this 5. Maintain flight level 70. Expect flight level 330.
Can't press those buttons in. I'm expecting 5 or 6,000. It's always 5 or 6,000.
3024.
Tyrolean 9011. Clear to Van Buren Airport. Clear this file. Maintain flight level 70.
That's how Vox ATC sort of works. It's always 5, 6 or 7,000 as you're on your altitude. So, that's if you can get it to stop talking and get a word in.
Last aircraft, say again. Rush bucket.
Never did get a word in. Double click the button and it automatically thinks you spoke it. Salt spurt clearance, rust bucket 321, radio check 121.75.
Rust bucket 321, readability 5.
Readability 5 also, rust bucket 321. So now we'll actually get clearance, which will give us our information and our squawk code, which I'm supposed to set, which I can't set until I get it off ATC. Salzburg clearance, rust bucket 321, ready for clearance Palma de Mallorca.
Rust bucket 321, stand by.
Hope this is all coming through nice and clearly. And another follower, FX pilot
Rust bucket.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All followers are gratefully accepted.
Maintain flight level 70. Expect flight level 32010.
Confusing me, 70.
Departure frequency 123.17. Squawk 3025.
3025. Now I'm setting that up on SciTech panels rather than actually in the simulator. Rust bucket 321 is cleared to Palma de Mallorca Airport, cleared as filed, maintain flight level 70, departure frequency 123.72, squawk 3025.
Rust bucket 321, read back correct.
For those that are not familiar with Vox ATC, it's a text to speech. They read a text to me and it's speech recognition. I read back what I need to read back to them. It's not VATSIM, it's not real, but it's as real as it can get without being VATSIM. So we've got the information we need. We are just waiting for the passengers to get on now then. We will click 0 so it's ready to do a push back and start, which we'll have GSX do for us. And all's going swimmingly well. Something's about, well, apart from the computer's dog slow because it's doing something in the background which I'd rather it wasn't, but it won't stop. It's decided it's going to do it, it's going to do it. So we're just sort of waiting for our little clock to climb down now. We're on 11 minutes, 10 minutes till we're ready to departure. So I've got to do the briefing now. I'm going to cheat and not actually do it all, unless you want to hear it. Oh, you might want to hear it. Let's do it anyway. You might want to hear this.
Are you ready for the takeoff brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, we have no MEL issues today. I will be the pilot flying. It will be a standard takeoff using noise abatement departure procedure 1, and we will be flexing to 6.3 degrees. We will use config 1 for takeoff. The runway condition is dry. As for anti-ice, it's not required. The packs will be on. We will use standard calls today. At or below 100 knots, I'll reject for any warnings. Below V1, I will only reject for an engine failure, a fire of any kind, a configuration warning, or anything I deem will adversely affect the safety of the aircraft. I will reject the takeoff by calling stop. If you could monitor that the auto brakes have activated and that the spoilers have deployed. Once we stop, if there's a fire, I'll position that side of the aircraft.
Hey, one Stupak.
And we'll evacuate through the open side.
Thanks for following.
I'll advise the cabin and you talk to ATC. Above V1, we'll take the aircraft into the air, sort it out there, and decide if we need to return to the airfield. If you notice anything amiss during the takeoff roll, please...
Don't know whether you're getting lag on the stream. I'm getting terrible lag here. The computer is definitely not happy with me this morning. It doesn't like early mornings, you know, just like me. It doesn't like early mornings. It's doing a disk check for some reason. It's not the disk that FSX is on, but it's sort of using up valuable resources doing it. Okay, so on we go. We've done that. Just got to wait for the load sheet now.
Hello, Captain.
Here we go.
The boarding is complete, and when you're ready, I have the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
Have a safe flight.
Thank you. We will do, unless I'm flying. It's on the autopilot. We'll be all right. That's all right then. Yeah, I'm getting terrible lag here. Terrible. Keeps freezing on me. Makes a change. It's usually the stream that freezes. Right, we just now got to wait for 2 minutes on the countdown clock. So it's only another 6 minutes of sitting around doing nothing. We'll get the ground crew telling us the doors are closing. Well, they actually say the jetway's being taken away, but we haven't got a jetway. So we'll look outside, see what's happening. And it's all finished loading. So we can at least do the cargo doors. So we'll close those ones. Might not beat quite so fast then. And away they go. And that's done dusted. Just gotta wait now. My first broadcast since another reinstall, because it's been going a bit pear-shaped. Finally sorted out everything. I hope done 3 flights yesterday and got a bit close on the VAS usage, but managed to keep it under 3.8 gigs, so didn't crash yesterday. In fact, I didn't crash at all. I actually did 3 good landings. How's that then? Miracles for me. And we wait. Or we can cheat, of course. Advance the time down a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our flight today. As you locate your assigned seat, please place the smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger items in our overhead compartment. If you need assistance, contact the flight attendant. If you are unable to accommodate any items in this cabin, please go to the
Salisbury
boarding
Tower,
door and
Tyrillian 141. Request start up.
instruction in your seat pocket.
Tyrillian 141. Start up approved.
Tyrillian 141.
And we're almost there. Almost. Got it all printed out in front of me, by the way. I can't remember half of these procedures. I only just started using FS2 Crew because the built-in pilot and virtual pilot were doing weird things on me and not sort of doing what they should. So we're using FS2 Crew. Which at least does what I want it to when I want it to. Not necessarily doing what I should be doing at the right time, but it seems to go okay.
Tower, Tyrillian 141 at Part 2 with information Bravo. Ready taxi.
It's just this bit where you keep getting bips from GSX waiting for the doors to be closed. While that's doing that, I'll just do my little FSCaptain on the outside. Verified that everything's loaded correctly. It's annoying that the internal module won't load, so I'm having to use the external one. And here we go. Go ahead.
Alright, Captain, we are removing the jetway now.
And the doors will finally close. Yay! Okay, let's make sure the APU is running. Obviously it is, because I had the co-pilot do that. So that's up and running. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect external power.
Roger, disconnecting GPU.
Hi Captain, the cabin is ready to go.
Thanks.
If you need anything, just let me know.
I'm a dirty bugger, so no, I'll keep my mouth shut. It's a family channel. Must not abuse the stewardesses. Right.
Check.
Captain, the GPU is now disconnected.
Thank you very much. Before start procedures.
Okay.
Before start checklist to the line.
Before start checklist down to the line. Cockpit preparation.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signed.
On.
Ideas.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Always have trouble with this bit. 10,447 kilograms. He never understands me. Don't know why. Might get a bit loud this. 10,447 kilograms.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Baro ref.
1017 set.
1017 set. Before start checklist completed to the line.
Thank you. So what we'll do is we'll dial into the ATC and we'll request a pushback now before we do the rest. Salzburg Tower, Rust Bucket 321, request pushback and start.
Rust Bucket 321, pushback and start approved.
Roger, Rust Bucket 321. Before anybody says anything, there is no such call sign as Rust Bucket, it's one I invented. Basically, because I usually fly Rust Buckets and crash them. So we've got our pushback, so we'll do the below the line. Before start checklist below the line.
Before start checklist below the line. Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
If he did his job properly. On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start checklist complete.
Thank you. Now we're using GSX for the pushback, so we're going to do the not pushing back procedure. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are ready for engine start.
Okay, all doors and engines are closed, the beacon is rotating, engine intakes are clear and the trucks have been removed. You're clear to start all engines.
You are cleared to disconnect and go to hand signals.
Have a safe flight.
So, all's well so far. We actually need to do one more thing. Cabin crew arm slides and cross check. Don't know whether there should be a response to that, it never has given me one. So we bring up GSX and we want a pushback. And we want to go, let me get this right, nose to the, don't know, I don't know, nose to, runway 34, is that in, yes, nose to the left, right, tail to the, it's good, the fun this, isn't it, trying to work it out, we want to go, yeah, tail to the right, I've figured it out. Whoops. Oh dear. Brain freeze. Should look on the airport charts really, shouldn't I?
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Salzburg Tower, Ryanair 636. Request startup.
All going so well up to that point. And brain freeze.
Ryanair 636.
Thailand 1 for 1, runway
34 cleared takeoff.
Runway 34 cleared takeoff. Tyrillium 141.
What's he doing?
Departure
Oh,
check completed.
he has finished.
Inserted. Release parking brake.
So, here we go.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Starting engine 2.
Salzburg Tower, Ryanair 636. At Park 3. With information Charlie. Ready taxi with clearance?
Ryanair 636, taxi to holding point runway 34, via Lima and Foxtrot.
Taxi to holding point runway 34, via Lima and Foxtrot. Ryanair
Starting engine 1.
636.
Knowing my luck, I'll get told to taxi the other way now. And engines are up and running, so let's switch that to normal. And here we go, we're turning. Oh, we're turning straight into a Ryanair. He can wait.
Tyrillium 1 for 1, contact Salzburg approach 123.72.
123.72. Tyrillium 141.
Set parking brakes.
Now, I've done something wrong, haven't I? No, I haven't. Oh, how about that? After start procedure is next.
Runway 34 clear takeoff.
After start procedures.
Check.
After start checklist.
1 plus F.
After start checklist.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. This is your courtesy.
He's not listening.
Please direct your attention
He's
to the
busy
cabin crew
flicking his
safety
switches.
safety. There is an instruction card in the seat pocket that illustrates the safety equipment on board today. Regulations require
After start checklist.
After start checklist. Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt.
1.0 set.
Salzburg Tower, welcoming Air 638.
Hasn't been,
Request startup.
because I always said it and he always fiddles with it afterwards anyway.
Doors are clearly glass and equipment.
It has been set. How about that? Miracles.
Each door is equipped with a
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
And we better do the flight check. Flight controls check.
The cabin is pressurized.
Flight controls check.
Ready.
A panel will open and oxygen mask
Full left.
will appear.
Full
Remain
right.
seated with your seatbelt
Neutral.
fastened.
Full up.
Pull a mask towards you to start the flow
Full
of
down.
oxygen.
Neutral.
Oxygen will be
Rudder.
to the mask even though the bag
Full
is not
left.
in place. Cover your
Full
nose
right.
and mouth with the mask. Place the
Neutral.
elastic band around your
Thank
head
you.
and tighten by pulling on the end. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Your life jacket is located under you.
Cleared on the left.
Strap
Clear on the right.
outside the aircraft.
And we're ready for taxiing.
Thank you again.
Better get permission then.
Use the choose plate.
Salzburg Tower, Rust Bucket 321 at gate Whiskey 5 with information Bravo ready taxi with clearance.
This is a non-smoking flight.
3 to 1,
Smoking is
Taxi
not
to
permitted
holding
in
point
the cabin or in the lavatory.
via Lima
Cabin lights will now be turned off. Leaving lights on.
Taxied holding point runway 34 via Lima and Foxtrot, Rust Bucket 321.
Salzburg Tower, welcome.
Another good thing about Vox ATC is you can cheat a little by having it show you where you got to go, which is handy. And off we go.
123.7 to Transavia 889er.
Parking brake off or released,
Taxi to holding point runway.
and on with a bit of power.
Taxi to holding point runway 34 via Lima and Foxtrot. Welcome.
One more
Air
check to do.
638.
Brake check.
Ready.
They obviously work, as he didn't say anything.
Hi there, flight deck. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Captain, the cabin is secure.
Thank you. Bit late for telling me that. Already underway. See if we can get in a nice straight line. And not likely to go veering off. Before takeoff checklist to the line. He's not listening. Before takeoff checklist to the line. He's still not listening.
Line IQ112, request pushback and stop.
Flying EQ112.
We'll try that again.
Start approved.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Sometimes it helps if you mute and try again. Before takeoff checklist to the line. He's still not listening. Before takeoff checklist to the line.
Before takeoff checklist down to the line. Flight controls.
Checked.
With information Charlie. Ready taxi.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flap setting.
Taxi to holding point runway 34.
V1 121, VR 133, V2 134, flex temp 63.
V1 is 1, 2, 4. V rotate is 1, 3, 3. V2 is 1, 3, 4. And for the flex temp we have 6, 3 degrees. ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
Cabin crew seats for departure.
Clear on the approach.
Thank you. I say he's never said that one before. Learned something new. Before takeoff checklist below the line.
Before takeoff checklist below the line. Cabin crew.
Advised.
TCAS.
Whoops, haven't done the TCAS. Whoops. Better put some brakes on, otherwise we'll crash into something before I've done it. Right. TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Packs.
On.
Before takeoff checklist is complete.
Right, let's mute him out for a minute. Otherwise he might have a go at me for saying something I shouldn't.
Rust bucket 3-1. Runway 34 cleared takeoff.
Cleared takeoff. Rust bucket 321.
3-4.
Last aircraft, say again.
Yeah. Runway 34 cleared takeoff. Rust bucket 321. So straight on, straight into the roll. Takeoff procedure.
Check.
We're not going to stop, we're just going to keep rolling and then power on.
On runway 3-4.
If I can get in a straight line. Takeoff.
Ryanair 636. Runway 34
Thrust set.
line up.
Runway 34 line up. Ryanair 636.
Southbound Tower. Victor Hotel Bravo Juliet Bravo. Request startup. Victor Hotel
100
Bravo
knots.
Juliet Bravo. Startup approved. Victor Hotel Bravo Juliet Bravo.
V1. Rotate.
Oh, I say. Didn't want to go up then. Right, we're on the incline.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Pitch. Gear up.
Ryanair 636. Wind 289.
Bit steep that. Well, I'll just shallow that out a little bit.
Takeoff. Ryanair 636.
When we get 3 greens, or sorry, 3 reds with the gear up, I'll put the autopilot on. And we're clear.
Pilot 1 on.
Oh. He did it for me. Cheeky little blighter.
1 0 1 7. Cross checked.
Approach 123.17.
And now he can't understand me. 123.72. Rust bucket 321.
Southbound Tower. Victor Hotel Bravo Juliet Bravo at Park 7. With information Charlie. Ready taxi with clearance.
Salzburg approach. Rust bucket 321. With you leaving altitude 3,300 feet. Climbing flight level 70.
Rust bucket 321. Salzburg approach. Roger.
I believe we have to set standard at around about 5,000 feet. So a little while to go to that. Flaps up.
Flaps 0.
Salzburg approach. Ryanair 636. With you at altitude.
So set the standard. Hopefully it was 5,000. Couldn't actually find a chart that would tell me, but there you go. After takeoff checklist to the line.
To go. After takeoff checklist down to the line. Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
After takeoff checklist completed to the line.
After takeoff checklist below the line.
After takeoff checklist below the line. Baro ref.
Set standard.
Standard cross checked. Passing flight level 070.
Ryanair 636.
And why aren't we stopping at 070? That's the question.
Leaving flight level 42, climbing flight flight level 140, Ryanair 636.
Ryanair 636. Reduced speed 250.
Reduced speed 250.
Yes, yes, yes. Climb thrust set. Spot the deliberate mistake, people.
0, 1, 3, set. After takeoff checklist complete. Passing
Bucket
6,000.
321. Climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Rust Bucket 321. And now we're going into a decline. Why is this thing not doing what I want it to do? That's because he set the autopilot. I didn't get a chance to set the autopilot. So, well, that's better. Now it's clicked in. Put out some spoilers. We need to reduce our speed. We're going far too fast. We busted the speed limit.
Rust Bucket 321. Reduced speed 250.
Reduce speed 250, Rust Bucket 321.
Ryanair 636.
Spotted the deliberate mistake, did you? I forgot to set climb power. But we won't worry about that. And the autopilot didn't kick in for our altitude either. But we've recovered. It's moaning at us, but we've recovered. So we'll set climb power. Reduce speed 250, Rust Bucket 321. We have managed to do that.
321. Climb to flight level 180. Proceed direct Namet. Contact Munich Center 120.65.
It's exciting. Climb to flight level 180, proceed direct Manit 120.65, Rust Bucket 321. It's the pressure of having so many people watching my stream. I usually have one person watching, you know. 120.65. I'll get that bit over the one with Munich Center, Rust Bucket 321, with you leaving flight level 104, climbing flight level 180.
Rust Bucket 321, Munich Center, roger.
Hopefully he's done the landing lights. He has. Jolly good fellow, Mr. Autopilot. And we'll have a look at the views out the window. Thank you, Syndicate. I think that says Syndicate. Got to get my eyes checked.
Ryanair 636.
We're off and running on our way to Palma de Mallorca. It's only going to take a couple of hours or so.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Oh dear, here we go again. 124.4, Rust Bucket 321. My job just now doing the radios basically and setting the altitudes to us at cruise level, then just sort of sit back and relax. Another follower, hello, Doctor something or other. Definitely need to get the screen bigger. Text is far too small. Vienna Center, Rust Bucket 321, with you leaving flight level 121, climbing flight level 80. 180 even. She knew what I meant. Well, the weather's improved. It was raining on the ground. We're now up into fluffy white cotton ball clouds and the sunshine. Nice views out the window. Right, now, what was I doing? Let's have a look at the chat window. I can't see it. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Here we go. Hi, Syndicate. Yeah, I love it as a hobby. Well, it's not a hobby, it's an addiction. Flight Simulator is an addiction. Once you're hooked, that's it. You spend hundreds and hundreds or thousands on it, and you just keep flying.
Vienna Center, roger.
It was a heavy takeoff, yes. we're at full load basically, almost. Possibly flaps 2 might have done a bit easier, but we got there. We got off the ground before the end of the runway. Oh, I've crashed all the time. I'm still crashing even now. I've been using this since it first came out 6 years ago, and I'm still crashing. It's these planes that do it though. I blame the planes and the autopilots. FSX, I think you can get it fairly cheaply nowadays because it's sort of end of life, kind of. Don't know how long the servers are going to keep activating it for, but yeah, you can get it pretty cheap now. About 1/3 of what it cost new.
Russ Bucket 321, climb to flight level 270.
And we're going up. Climb to flight level 270, Russ Bucket 321. Okay, the flight plan was done in Flight Sim Commander, so it's got an odd kink in it for some reason, which I could have ironed out, but I've left in it. Makes for nice turning. We have a cruise altitude of 32,000, I believe. Flight level 320. We'll keep looking at the mountains before they disappear into the distance. Going to Palma de Mallorca, which means we sort of fly southwesterly, skirting the French coast. We're up, and we are approaching the tops. He says we haven't got to 20,000 yet. Dear oh dear. Fair bit to go then. I'll quickly lose sound for a second. I'll have a little check. Our ETE is not showing up. Why is our ETE not showing up? ETE is 1 hour and 36 minutes. Probably come down a little bit as we get a bit higher. Right, let's get that sorted out. Right. As we turn, I told you this is the little bit of kink for some reason. Probably to avoid incoming airways. For textures, I've got Orbix, FTX, Global, FTX Vectors and Open LC Europe. And it's FS Genesis doing the terrain mesh. Vox ATC obviously for the ATC, and it's injecting traffic as well. It uses the My Traffic models to inject the traffic. And of course it's the Aerosoft Airbus Extended A320. Do they still call it the extended version? Don't know. Or it's just the Aerosoft Airbus. The weather is active Skynext with Rex 4 direct textures. What else I can say really? Covers everything. Oh, and the flight is an FSCaptain flight. For those who don't know, FSCaptain, it's sort of like your own virtual airline. It gives you sort of jobs to do, gives you places to fly to, and a passenger load and a payload, of which I set up A2B charters with the call sign of Russ Bucket. Just a bit of fun. Barrel roll stall. Not in an Airbus, I hope. Oh dear. Oh, my flight sim seems to have settled down. I presume the disc check that was going on in the background's now stopped. And I'm getting a nice smooth experience here. Now we're up in the air. Just see the mountain tops peeking through. And even a little bit of the moon. Good visuals. Yeah, Doctor, that's certainly at the moment, although X-Plane, I believe, developers will go over to it eventually because it's improving all the time and it is being worked on. FSX is sort of like a dead duck, in the sense that it's not going to be improved upon, it's as good as it's going to get, except for add-ons, and even though people providing them are in trouble, so the reports are going with businesses going out of business basically. 124.902, Rust Bucket 321. I'm dialing these on a Cytec panel, which is why I'm not looking at the radios to do it. Milan Centre, Rust Bucket 321, with you at flight level 261.
Rust Bucket 321, Milan Centre, roger. Rust Bucket 321, climb to flight level 320.
Climb to flight level 320, Rust Bucket 321, and we go up to our cruise altitude. I must admit that X-Plane 10 looks very nice when it's got all the scenery added in and that, and a lot of scenery in that is freeware for it. Not totally convinced about the flight dynamics. That's their big talking point, is they say that it's the most realistic. But there are actually pilots and that have said that it's not. they're actually fooling people by saying it's the most realistic. X-Plane 10 will definitely get a lot of followers. They need to improve on a few things, but yeah, it will get there. Because even powerhouse modern day powerhouse computers can still be brought to its knees by FSX, whereas X-Plane loves it at 64-bit and all. FSX will never go 64-bit unless prepared to it, and I can't see them rushing into it. And it does need to be 64-bit really to get it to look really good, because of all the memory you need to use. As I say, it's a bit turbulent up here. I think Prepared will go 64-bit, but at the moment they're earning quite a bit of money through the licenses on 32-bit, aren't they? So when it does go 64-bit, I should imagine the price will rise significantly because of the investment they've put into it. But if it does go 64-bit, that's when the performance and the visuals will actually match each other, I think. Because at the moment a lot of people are saying they can't use Prepared 3D because although it looks great, the performance is very poor, worse than FSX. But then the more visuals that you add in, yeah, of course it's going to go poorer performance. And things like cloud shadows on the ground, that's got to be a killer, isn't it? People thought Prepared was going to be the golden egg, as it were, and it was going to bring to them everything that FSX hasn't. And although it's brought some new things, it does it at a cost. I guess it's down to individual computers. It's like FSX. It's all down to how you tweak your individual computer settings. On my computer, I followed Costa's tweaking guide, and the performance wasn't that good. So I was looking around, and I found I think it's Nick N's or Nick J's tweaking guide. I used his tweaks instead, and the performance is far better than Costa's tweak guide got me. So yeah, individual computer needs individual tweaks. You just have to go through them one by one, find what's good for your computer. Think Prepared, you need a really good processor and a really good graphics card. You can't get by on, say, a 760, NVIDIA 760 quite so much. You sort of really need the grunt of a 780 on it, because of the visuals and the work it has to do for it. Well, for some reason we're going full power and it's not backing off the power. But we're doing top speed, we're still climbing, of course. Well, almost there. I think it'll be CPU limited as long as it's 32-bit, to be honest. I mean, the basic core of FSX is 32-bit and is CPU limited. Oh no. My disk checker's just come back. Luckily it didn't kill FSX. Right, back with it. Yeah, fripped the life out of me then. I had a warning screen show up. Thought it was FSX crashing then. Yippee! Nearly at climb, nearly at cruise. Thank you very much to Roger, is it? Roger the Dodgy Lodger. All followers are gratefully accepted. Blimey. And we're almost going to level off. I say it's definitely wobbly up here. I think we might have to keep the seatbelts on. FSX in DX10 gives a slight improvement frame rate wise, well, very slight performance, gives you better visuals and better VAS usage. Trouble is I can't use it because I've got an ATI graphics card, and ATI graphics cards do not like DX10 on FSX. Get spikes and tears and all sorts.
In just a few moments, we'll begin our meal service for the flight. Please refer to the menu given to you on boarding for the 2 meal choices and the beverage choices available. We request that you keep the aisles clear to assist the flight attendants to serve you efficiently and also for your own safety. Thank you. Mayday
doesn't actually do anything. I can say Mayday, 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 but nobody's listening. I have to push a button to talk to the ATC, so they're not listening. So let's me do my little captain's bit. I think this is the one. That's the one. We're at our cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the flight deck, this is the captain speaking. We have reached our final cruising altitude, and we hope you're all enjoying the flight so far. Just a quick reminder to keep your seatbelts fastened whilst you remain seated, even with the seatbelts lights extinguished, just in case of unexpected turbulence. Other than that, please feel free, sit back, relax, make use of all the facilities aboard the aircraft as you wish. I'll get back to you before we start our descent. Thank you.
If I remember. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, well, I went for ATI because I managed to get a good deal on it. It was a 290, but it's, the bias had been flashed to a 290X, which made it about 200 English pounds cheaper than Nvidia 780, or the 780 Ti, which was the new version that came out. So yeah, that's why I went ATI. The only way to get DX10 working on an ATI graphics card is if you use drivers from 2013, late 2013. I think is it 2000? Actually, it might be 2 years ago. But you have to use very old drivers, which basically would probably not even recognise my graphics card.
Clear of conflict.
But I did have it running under an Nvidia 580, and it was looking really good before I upgraded. I say upgraded, I'm not sure the 580 to a 290 is much of an upgrade, to be honest. Not on FSX anyway. It's running pretty smoothly on my computer now. I've had all sorts of problems with my computer the last few weeks. I had Windows 8.1 installed and FSX was working fine, no errors at all, and then all of a sudden it started getting corruption and the disk started corrupting. I'm not sure why. I think it was the Internet Security package decided the latest update just started corrupting files, so I had to do a reinstall, and when I did a reinstall I was getting no end of problems, including EasyDock middle mouse view button wouldn't work, so I side graded to Windows 7. It's taken me a couple of weeks and a couple of reinstalls to get it sort of set up. Again, I get a bit of disk corruption on one disk. I think it might be the disk though, which is why a disk check was running this morning, and it's taken a while to get all the settings absolutely spot on. I was getting out of memory errors, but I've managed to sort that out now. I found out that was setting the AA too high, was pushing it over the limit, so I'm down to 4 AA. I was on 8. And my computer's, or FSX, is running quite nicely now. Not 30 frames a second all the time. It does dip, of course, into even single figures sometimes, like at Heathrow or Gatwick airports, but it should be going pretty well at the moment. Let's have a look. Mid-20s, which is pretty good because the broadcasting software takes about 10 frames a second, between 5 and 10 frames a second away from the performance. So when I come into land, it may well dip down into single figures. That's because the broadcasting software is basically pinching a lot of the performance. Yes, terrific. It's sort of over there somewhere.
Descend.
Oh, must be up there then. Can't see it.
Descend now.
Gets a bit panicky, this traffic system. Not being hit by a plane in the air yet.
Now. Clear of conflict.
You should make up your mind, mate. Yeah, not actually had a collision in the air yet. Although I've hit a few things on the ground that sort of drive into you. everything's going smooth. Now, a few problems on the initial climb, where the autopilot didn't click onto the altitude we wanted, and I made the slight error of not backing off the throttles down to the climb setting. But apart from that, but I'll sit back and enjoy the view. All I have to do is answer the radios and change frequencies when I need to, until we get near to our descent, and then I have to do the approach briefing. Not a lot else to do. Nobody nagging me, that's good. Usually I have a co-pilot and that nags me. Obviously hitting a bit of a headwind, the engines are spooling up to keep our speed up. What should we have for the in-flight movie? Now, this will probably crash the system now. Well, I'll try it. Let's go for... Let's have a look, see if I can find something here. Some in-flight music. So now golden oldie. Oh, I don't think we'll make it to San Francisco. Going to Palma de Mallorca. Into the sunshine. Oh, short and sweet. Pick a random one, come on. It has. Sticking with the oldies. Marvin Gaye. If you can hear it in the background. Flying, you want a controller for flying. Definitely want a controller for flying. Keyboard or mouse and keyboard is not good for flying. There are some people that are actually very good at it. Not me. I have I've gone the full whole hog almost. I've got a Satec yoke with throttle panel or throttle quadrant. I've got the rudder pedals. And I've also got the panels, the radio stack, the autopilot panel and the switch panel. Although the autopilot panel and the switch panel don't actually work with a lot of payware aircraft. Look up. Why? Well, is there a bird above me? It's the sunshine up there. Look up. What's up there? It's just blue sky. Absolutely blue sky. Looking down, we are sort of there. And oh, there's some cloud over there. Not a lot. A bit over there. Oh, PC Phantom. There's quite a few different flight sims and that around. Good God. What? Nat King Cole? No, I don't think so. Can we have the next one? Well, it's not a lot better, but it'll do. Robbie Williams. Am I close? No. Got ages to get there. About another hour, I think.
She's taking me places I should never have been. She's showing me faces I should never have seen. Well, these are strange days we're living in today. C'est la vie, I say. I hope I'm old before I die. I hope I live to relive the days gone by. I hope I'm
I say it's very loud in my headphones. I don't know whether it's too loud for you, but it's very loud in my headphones. Can't hear myself speak. Hey Syndicate, no, I'm not blowing my plane up. I'll do that when I try to do a landing, I expect. It'll just blow up by itself. I'm not a terrorist, I'm a pilot. Cruising along, enjoying the views. And it's definitely officially autumn now, as it's gone from sort of a nice green to a sort of yucky green. Hi Roger. Doesn't look like we're moving very fast, but we are. See down there the coastline of Italy as we're going southwesterly. Oh, I say it's digging up the classics, it's playing another Robbie Williams. Why is it playing the same people?
Hell is gone and heaven's here. There's nothing left for you to fear. Shake your ass, come over here. Now scream. I'm a burning effigy of everything I used to be. You're my rock of empathy, my dear. So come on, let me entertain you.
Guess it's quite appropriate. Not gonna sing and dance to do it though. Not gonna tell any jokes. I think we'll turn the seatbelt sign off now. As we're nice and stable, passengers might appreciate it. As they're having a disco party back in the aisles. Air guitars at the ready. Too much traffic about, are they actually? Usually injects a bit more traffic than this. Obviously doesn't like the direction we're going in. The music is being picked at random, it's not my choice. Well, I suppose it is my choice, as in it's picking ones at random out of a list of like 4,000 or so. So I let it do its stuff, I'll just listen. Most of them are good. A few old ones in there. Even Christmas ones in there. Not the time for a Christmas song. Recording this and it will be up on YouTube later on. Anybody wants a link to it, I can put it down. not sure I'll hear the ATC with the music go.
Rust Bucket 321. Contact Marseille Center 120.85.
120.85, Rust Bucket 321. Going into French airspace. Marseille Center, Rust Bucket 321, with you at flight level 320.
Rust Bucket 321, Marseille Center, roger.
We should just about follow the French coastline down. If we can see it, getting a bit cloudy, a bit murky in the distance there. On with the boogie. Ah, wasn't too bad. Pick us a nice one next time. Picking them at random, this little jukebox thingy. Give us a good one. Well, not quite what I had in mind, but oh well, it's a mixture. Engine on fire, yes. Well, emergency landing, mayday, 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 Syndicate. Beauty of Orbix Open LC. As you can see here, the way it's beautifully crafted the coastline. If you haven't got it, it's well worth the money. As is the Orbix Global Vectors and Global Textures. Remember to get them FTX Global, then the Vectors, and then the Open LC, because that's how it works, layered one on top of the other. a quick look at our ETE and let's see if it's been revised. ETE is 41 minutes. So not too far to go at all now, really. So we'll just have a look at our flight plan. Top of descent is there. ATC will probably bring us down before that though. Usually does. Doesn't take any notes of our flight plan really. In fact, that's the one drawback with Vox ATC, is it doesn't always agree with the ATIS reports you get. You can actually tune into the ATIS of your arrival airport and it will tell you one runway is in use, but Vox ATC will decide to use a different runway instead. So that's why I haven't programmed that into the flight management system, flight management computer. Because if I did, Vox ATC would probably give me the completely different one anyway. So one drawback we're using Vox ATC. For those that don't and use VATSIM or no ATC at all, they just program in a star and arrival runway based on the ATIS. The only thing I did put in was the expected QNH and temperature and wind direction as provided by Active Sky Next, but it'll probably be completely different by the time we actually get there, so who knows. With some luck it'll give us the ILS rather than the visual, although for some reason the ILSs don't always agree anyway. Little quirk of the meshes and all the sceneries is sometimes it just sort of changes the elevation a little, so it doesn't quite agree with what it default ILS is. And can we have something sort of nice and upbeat, please? Obviously not. Another old one, Jocelyn Brown. I think this jukebox is stuck in a time warp. And it's also varying the volumes quite considerably. I can barely hear this one. See you later, Syndicate.
Rust Bucket 321. Contact Marseille Center 124.5.
124.5, Rust Bucket 321. So from one Marseille controller to another. Greedy, they got more than one. Marseille Centre, Rust Bucket 321, with you at flight level 320. My best BBC English pronunciation was.
Roger.
As we'll start crossing out towards the sea soon. And the French coastline, instead of being on our left hand side, will be on our right hand side.
Contact Marseille Center 120.85.
Oh. Pinging us back to where we just were. Oh, never mind. 120.85, Rust Bucket 321. has a habit of doing that sometimes, just like the original built-in ATC. Marseille Centre, Rust Bucket 321 with you at flight level 320. I tried that yesterday, Syndicate, flying and watching someone stream, and it didn't go well. Flying comes first, watching the stream and text talking definitely a second.
Rust Bucket 321, contact Marseille Centre 124.5.
Oh good, we're ping-ponging between two Marseille centres. 124.5 Rust Bucket 321. Yeah, it's a little quirk that the original built-in ATC has. Vox ATC seems to be following it. Bit of annoyance, but there you go. We have to put up with these little things. Marseille Centre, Rust Bucket 321 with you at flight level 320.
Rust Bucket 321.
Ooh, a bit of turbulence.
Marseille Centre, Roger.
As I was saying, yes, French coastline will be on our right hand side soon, as we head sort of more towards Palma de Mallorca. So get your Wellingtons up, we may be going for a paddle. Oh goody, this random music check is really picking them today. It's now picked a Spice Girls song. Whoopee! Not that I have anything against the Spice Girls. They were many a man's fantasy. Mine included. Palma de Mallorca has 3 runways with ILSs and 1 runway without. So chances are we'll get a nice ILS approach. Hopefully it will actually match what it's supposed to look like and we'll get down in one piece. No guarantees of that, of course. Take out life insurance when you fly with us. Edge guess that will be coming in from the south of Palma de Mallorca, so we will actually fly or be vectored past the island to come back onto an ILS from the south. Oh, we'll wait and see. Not going to guess it and put it in the computer yet. We'll wait till we actually get told. we go, turning further out towards actual sea, so less of the French coastline to be seen. Oh yes, yes, Spice Girls on to Michael Jackson. Oh good God. Random jukebox planes. Hi, Rolamba. We are almost there, actually. We're off to Palma de Mallorca. You can see just over here is the French going into Spanish coastline. And we're about, I think, 30 minutes-ish from touchdown at Palma de Mallorca. Should be approaching our top of descent reasonably shortly. Let's have a quick look. We're 2 waypoints away from our top of descent. If ATC agrees with the flight plan. They could do anything, you know, mind of their own. Hey, Syndicate. No, I'm not on VATSIM, this is Vox ATC. Which is a standalone ATC program that gives you the ATC and it injects the traffic as well, using whatever models you want to use. Oh, music! Oh, that's... oh dear, what a change. Michael Jackson to Meatloaf. Talk about random. Yeah, gonna belly flop, Syndicate. Definitely gonna belly flop. For those watching on YouTube recorded, I'm talking to people on a text, as this is going out live on Twitch TV. So you missed it. Haha. But it's gonna be on YouTube, so if you're watching on that, you'll hear me say some random things. I'm talking to people on Twitch. Thought I'd just explain that. I'm not that crazy, really. Well, it must be crazy. Sit here for 2 hours in front of a computer watching the sky go past. And they're not even paying passengers.
Contact Marseille
130.85, Rust Bucket 321. Means our descent's coming up. Or it's going down, if you see what I mean. Marseille Centre, Rust Bucket 321 with you at flight level 320.
Marseille Centre, Roger.
Now, having had Michael Jackson, then Meatloaf, what are we going to have next? It's going to be something exciting. Oh, ABBA! My era. Sorry. Must listen to this. Bring back ABBA, that's what I say. I think it's trying to kill you, Syndicate. That is the answer to your question. It is trying to kill you, your flight simulator. All these fatal errors it's given you. Or failures, I should say. Or it could be just you're bad at flying, I suppose. But you're gonna die, Syndicate.
Contact Marseille Centre 120.75.
Oh, another handoff. This one should probably be our start of descent. 120.75, Rust Bucket 321. Marseille Centre, Rust Bucket 321, with you at flight level 320.
Rust Bucket 321, Marseille Centre, Roger.
Whee! Hold on tight.
Ross Bucket 321, contact Barcelona Center 119.45.
Wow, constant handoffs. 119.45, Russ Bucket 321. They obviously don't like me, they're handing me over to each other very quickly. Barcelona Center, Russ Bucket 321 with you at flight level 320. And they're not listening to me. That's not good. Barcelona Center, Russ Bucket 321 with you at flight level 320. Close to our top of descent now. Or getting close to our top of descent now. Are you ready for the approach brief?
Ready.
Any questions?
That's checked and no questions.
Thank you. Can't be bothered to listen to the recorded version. Get that bit out of the way. Oh no, they can get far worse, don't worry. Don't believe this song, they can always get worse. And there is a top of descent. Descend to flight level 140, Rust Bucket 321. So we'll set it up ready to do it. We won't actually initialise it yet because I've got to do a briefing.
Hello again from the flight deck. This is the captain once again. We are just about to start our descent and the seatbelt signs will be coming on shortly. I would just like to say it has been our pleasure to have you aboard the aircraft with us today. We hope you've enjoyed the flight and we're looking forward to seeing you all again in the very near future. I'd also like to wish you all a safe and a pleasant onward journey. Thank you.
And we initiate our descent. Here we go. Buckle up. Still don't actually know which runway they'll be giving us or whether there'll be any star yet. They tend to leave that to the last minute on Vox ATC, which makes it fun because I've got to try and steer the plane and program the computer. It is wonderful. As you can see, there is where we're heading, to the island of Palma de Mallorca. And we're a long way up. We've got a long way to get down. But I'm hazarding a guess we will actually fly over the islands and do a U-turn back onto one of the ILS's. Congrats, Syndicate. Remind me not to fly with you. You have far too many problems. Supposedly, according to Active Sky Next's briefing before I left, it's a sunny, dry, warm 25 degrees in Palma de Mallorca. So it's t-shirts and shorts, and I've get the suntan cream and this UV protection and a hat. Don't want you to burn. Age is irrelevant, Syndicate. You're either good or you're not. 7? Shouldn't you be at school? Haven't they started back yet? Far too many holidays, these kids. Mind you, I never said that when I was a kid. I said there wasn't enough. We're going a bit fast. Let's not put the spoilers out. Bad autopilot. Everything going smoothly, it's all nice and controlled so far. Apart from the little glitch on the takeoff, we won't dwell on that point. Let's worry about the landing, shall we? No, Syndicate, I'm in the UK. Hence the name COSI UK. It's not yuck at the end, it's UK. You can have any nickname you like. Silly Sid, how about that? Call you Silly Sid. No, believe me, there's worse than you. You haven't seen any of my landings yet. There is a slightly hazy destination. Okay, I heard every word she said. Le Luc 1 Delta Charlie Mike. Good God, that's a mouthful. Cleared via Le Luc 1 Delta Charlie Mike. Arrival, Rust Bucket 321. Now I have no idea whether the FMC is going to like that. Because it'll probably want the runway first. Which means, bear with me, as I'll have to go over to Flight Sim Commander to see what we've got to do. And I've forgotten what she said. Getting old age, you know. Oh dear. 1DCM, Le Luc. Le Luc. And I bet it doesn't make any sense. 1DCM. It must be that one, which is runway 6 left, apparently. According to my calculations. So, supposed to be runway 6 left. And that one there, I hope. We'll insert that into the flight plan, and we never actually fly it anyway because we always get vectored off of it. Descend to flight level 60, Rust Bucket 321. Yeah, they give a nice start, but then sort of just as you approach it, they usually vector us off it anyway. So, oh well, we'll see what happens. The beauties are flying with an ATC that sort of makes up the rules as it goes along, really. Hopefully I've got it right and it's runway 6 left. Otherwise the flight management computer is going to get very confused. But then that's part of my nickname. I am COSI fused all the time. And for some reason we have stopped descending. I'll have to dial in. Oh, I love it when it does this. That's better. No, it's not. It's still not descending fast enough. Silly autopilot. That's better. Oh dear. Bathing suits and bikinis at the ready, I think. That's not because you're going to go to the beach, it's probably because we'll end up landing on the beach. I have every confidence, he says. Need to tweak my config a bit. LOD is very low, so we're getting some blurries in the distance there. Down she comes. Where she goes, nobody knows. You can see our star has been put into a flight now. Taking us on a funny loop-de-loop. Be surprised if we fly it all before we get vectored off of it by the ATC. Well, here we go. Hang on to your horses.
Rust bucket 3 to 1. Contact Palmer. Approach 118.905.
118.905, Rust bucket 321. Palmer approach, Rust bucket 321 with you on Le Loc 1 Delta Charlie Mike.
Last aircraft, say again.
Well, I did say it in English. Palmer approach, Rust bucket 321 with you on Le Loc 1 Delta Charlie Mike.
Rust bucket 321. Fly heading 235.
See, told you.
Altitude 2,900 feet. Expect vectors to ILS runway 06 left approach. Palma de Mallorca. QNH.
Give you a start, and before you even fly the start, they vector you off of it. It is lovely. And we've got to go down to, what did she say? 2,900. So I'll set that up before I actually do anything and answer her. Fly heading 235, descend to altitude 2,900 feet, QNH 1012, Rust bucket 321. So,
last aircraft, say again.
Yes, I know, I said it wrong. Slap me on the wrist. Fly heading 235, descend to altitude 2,900 feet, QNH 1012, Rust bucket 321.
Rust bucket 321, turn left heading 230.
Turn left heading 230, Rust bucket 321.
Rust bucket 321, reduce speed 250.
Reduce speed 250, Rust bucket 321. Why are we going too fast? Is the question. Put the spoilers out.
We'll be arriving at our destination soon. We'll make you a connecting flight.
We're shallow out. Descend a bit.
Flight attendants will now walk through cabin during the landing. We'll collect any off-service items, newspapers and any other items that you wish to leave guard when you come to take off the aircraft. Also, preparation for landing.
That's better.
All electronic devices. Those devices will no longer carry on. Please use caution when opening the overhead bin as items.
And there's the coastline of Palma de Mallorca. We are doing runway 06, which I did put in here, 06 left, so we can lock that on. And all is still okay, slightly overspeed at one point there.
Now.
Beg your pardon? Co-pilot having a bit of a hiccup there.
Hi there, flight deck. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Captain, the cabin is secure.
Thank you. Activate approach phase. It's not listening.
Approach phase activated.
Oh, he did listen. Let's have a quick look what we were told. The QNH is 1012. So we'll dial that in now. It's probably a little early, but we'll do it anyway. As the co-pilot failed to tell me.
1,000 to go.
I say, we seem a bit low here. There we go. That's the altitude we were given. That's the altitude we will fly. Until we hit a mountain, of course. ATC likes flying me into mountains, by the way, for those that don't know. And it looks like it's going to do another job of trying to fly me into a mountain. Approach checklist, please.
Approach checklist. Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Seatbelts.
On.
Baro ref.
1012 set.
1012 set. MDA decision height.
500 set.
0 feet set.
0 feet? That's not what I said. Normal.
1012 cross-checked. Approach checklist complete.
Oh dear. So yes, it's lovely when I say 500 and he says 0. Never mind. Little concerned that we're getting a little close to these hills. As in but we will hit them soon. ATC's done another wonderful job of telling me what height I should go, so I'm going to go up. I will go up if it'll allow me to go up. Go up. Come on, you can do it. That's it.
1, 0, 1, 2. Cross-checked.
Blimey, how many times are you going to do that? Shut up. Lift your feet up if you don't want to tickled by the treetops.
Rust bucket 321, immediately descend to altitude 2,900 feet.
Descend to 2,900 feet, Rust bucket 321. You don't mind if I clear the mountains first? Thank you. I would like to actually arrive, even if I crash on the landing. I would actually like to get to that point. Thank you, ATC. One of the little quirks of Vox ATC, it is not altitude aware or terrain aware, so you do sort of have to cheat a bit every now and then. Hopefully we are clear of the hills now, or near enough, so my judgment as a captain has been good there. She's only moaned at it once. You want some raw data? Raw data? Phew. Raw data. You want me to die by turning the autopilot off? I think I was born yesterday. Right, we can go back down to 2,900. She hasn't actually complained since, so I'll do it gently though.
Rust bucket 321, turn right heading 240.
I'll wait until we're in line and then I'll take over, okay? Turn right heading 240, Rust bucket 321. I forgot, see, brain of a goldfish, I've forgotten what she just said then. 240. Oh dear, oh dear. Now you know why I tend to leave the autopilot on for as long as possible, because I have a memory of about 5 seconds. It's good views out the window, eh? Despite the autumn colours being set in. Still 25 degrees supposedly.
Turn right heading 260.
Turn right heading 260, Rust bucket 321.
Rust bucket 321, turn left heading 180.
Well, why did we have to turn right first?
1,900 feet, 19 miles to touchdown.
Turn left heading 180, descend to altitude 1,900 feet, Rust bucket 321.
Rust bucket 321, turn left heading 165.
Hang on, I ain't got down to 180 yet. Turn left heading 165, Rust bucket 321. Right, now we go down to, I say it's a bit low, isn't it, 1,900. Are you going to take us down? No. Pain. I say, roller coaster ride. I'm having that beach deck. Can I have a deck chair reserved, please?
321, turn left heading 125.
Turn left heading 125, Rust Bucket 321. Flaps 1. Oh, hang on. Unmute him. Flaps 1.
Turn left heading 095, descend to altitude 1,900 feet, 15.
He's not listening.
Touchdown.
No one's listening. What did she say? No idea. Wasn't listening myself. Turn left heading 095, descend to altitude 1,900 feet, Rust Bucket 321. So round we go. Where she stops, nobody knows. Probably not on the runway. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
About time 2. And we are very, very low.
0, 1, 2, cross checked.
Rust Bucket 321, turn left heading 045.
Turn left heading 045, Rust Bucket 321.
Rust Bucket 321, reset transponder, squawk 3025.
I didn't unchange it. Oh dear, dear, dear. The trouble with running two voice activated things at the same time. Reset transponder, squawk 3025, Rust Bucket 321.
Rust Bucket 321, turn right heading 06011 miles to touchdown.
Turn right heading 060, Rust Bucket 321.
Rust Bucket 321, maintain altitude 1,900 feet when established on the localizer descent on glide path 11 miles to touchdown.
Whoops!
Contact Palm
Blimey.
Tower 118.3.
Maintain altitude 1,900 feet when established on the localizer descent on the glide path 118.3, Rust Bucket 321. This is where we have to do umpteen things at the same time. Gear down.
Gear down.
We slow ourselves right down. Whoops, bit too much. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Palmer Tower, Rust Bucket 321 with you on ILS runway 06 left.
Rust Bucket 321, Palmer Tower, roger.
I'll bring the speed right down. About 140 should do it. Flaps 4.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
And here we go. We appear to be way off centre. Well, I hope this autopilot knows what he's doing, because that ILS is not lined up at all. Oh dear, oh dear. Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Set go around altitude 4000. It's not going to do that now. Oh, he is doing it. Miracles.
Altitude 4000.
Well, we're coming in sideways apparently, and not sure I'm going to do this manually, coming in sideways. Clear to land runway 06 left, Rust Bucket 321. This has got to be good fun from the outside view. Yes, okay, look, the runway's over there and we're going in sideways. That's pretty, really. We're way off target, the runway's over here. Excuse me, Mr. Autopilot. I think there's something wrong with my autopilot.
1,000.
Got quite a strong headwind, obviously, as we're going in sideways. What are you doing now?
Bank.
What?
Heading, point, 6. Localizer, glide.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Voice recognition software at its best when you have two things running at the same time. It gets very confusing. So now we're going to have to do a go around flaps.
Go around flaps. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
That was exciting, wasn't it? And we'll declare a missed approach. Rust Bucket 321, missed approach, ILS runway 06 left.
Rust Bucket 321, fly published missed.
Fly published missed, Rust Bucket 321.
Rust Bucket 321, contact Palmer approach 118.905.
118.905. Rust Bucket 321. Flaps up. Oh. Flaps 3. Flaps 2.
Check the speed.
I'm looking at the speed. We're not going fast enough. Flaps 2. We're probably going way above where we should be going as well. Do love these go-arounds. Ultra slow.
Check.
Palmer approach, Rust Bucket 321 with you at altitude 2,200 feet. Missed approach, ILS runway 06 left.
Rust Bucket 321, Palmer approach, roger.
I'll do the flaps myself as he's not listening. Rust Bucket 321, request another approach.
Rust Bucket 321, fly heading 270. Maintain altitude 2,900 feet. Expect vectors to ILS runway 06 left approach.
We'll need a faster mouse. Will. Should have gone the other way. Never mind, we're getting that.
Rust Bucket 321, fly heading 270, maintain altitude 2,900 feet.
Fly heading 270, maintain altitude 2,900 feet, Rust Bucket 321.
Rust Bucket 321, immediately, descend to altitude 2,900 feet.
Yes, 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 we haven't got to 4,000 yet. Descend to altitude 2,900 feet, Rust Bucket 321. This is going all so well, isn't it? So I get the flaps up, and yes, I know you're going to complain now. Everything's complaining. Moan, moan, moan and complain. So we go round and we'll try that again, shall we? We're at the right altitude for hitting a mountain. We're on the right heading and our speed's a bit low, but we'll still at 180. That should do us. And I'll remember to hard mute FS2 crew so he doesn't do something stupid like that again next time. As I say, slight complications when you have two voice recognition software running at the same time is they do sort of overlap sometimes. And he decided he was going to do something which I didn't want him to do. But minor details, that's what go-arounds are for. And we're all still alive. We're all still breathing, I hope, in the background there. Yeah, Diafade, it's not exactly that it didn't go according to plan, it was just that the FS2 crew listened to what I was saying, which is not good if they listen when I don't want them to listen, and I forgot to hard mute it. So let's set up a push to talk to FS2 crew, I think you can do that. So we're going around, and we'll try that again, only this time I will definitely make sure that only the ATC can hear what I'm saying. Hey, it's free tour of the island, sort of. Not sure about that headwind though. 42 knots headwind. That looks a bit extreme. And someone wants me to bring it in manually. Don't mind landing, but I don't like going sideways. You can have whatever nickname you like. Storm. Although I would have thought the Failure King, because you had so many failures on that flight.
Rust bucket 321.
Has your plane got any bits left that work?
Descend to altitude 1,900 feet, 19 miles to touchdown.
Turn left heading 180, descend to altitude 1,900 feet, Rust bucket 321.
Rust bucket 321, turn left heading 170.
Turn left heading 170, Rust bucket 321. Coming in a lot shallower this time, or a lot closer in. I'll take that nice and gently as well.
Palmer approach, Jet Airways 633, with you on Morris to Echo.
Jet Airways 633, Palma approach, roger.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Have to remember to hard mute him out more often.
Rust bucket 321, turn left heading 135.
Turn left heading 135, Rust bucket 321. As we go around there, we try it again. Isn't this fun? I think I'll be called the go-around king soon.
Jet Airways 633.
Flaps 2.
Level 130.
Leaving altitude 3,200 feet, climbing flight level 130, Jet Airways 633.
Rust bucket 321, turn left heading 100, descend to altitude 1,900 feet, 15 miles to touchdown.
Turn left heading 100, descend to altitude 1,900 feet, Rust bucket 321. We are gently going down to 1,900 feet. Don't want to take it too quick. Well, go down a bit quicker now. As we enjoy the views of the coastline again.
Rust bucket 321, turn left heading 080.
Turn left heading 080, Rust bucket 321. Fortunately, there's no other traffic around. Although Vox ATC does sort of get traffic out of the way for you.
080, 12 miles to touchdown.
Turn left heading 080, Rust bucket 321. We're already on 080.
321. Maintain
Am I missing something?
1,900 feet
there we go.
when established on the localizer. Descend on the glide path 12 miles.
We'll try this again. We'll go on localizer only to start with. Maintain altitude 1,900 feet when established on the localizer. Descend on the glide path 118.3 Rust bucket 321.
Jet Airways 63.
Here we go. Brace, brace, brace. We have captured the localizer.
Air Berlin 898. Contact Palmer approach 118.95.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Air Berlin 898.
Palmer Tower, Rust bucket 321 with you on ILS runway 06 left.
Rust bucket
Hopefully.
321. Palmer Tower, roger.
We'll start to wonder if the autopilot is going to behave itself again this time. Actually, the autopilot didn't actually go wrong. It was the co-pilot that decided to listen in on what I was saying and misinterpret it. So, technically my fault because the co-pilot's a dummy. So the localizer is alive. The glide slope is gonna become alive very shortly, so we'll switch over to approach and we'll turn on autopilot 2. I was told that's the way you're supposed to do it. Nobody else ever seems to do it though, but you're supposed to have autopilot 1 and autopilot 2 on. Don't think it actually makes any difference, as once again we're coming in sideways because of the headwind of 42 knots. Is that 42 knots or 42 miles per hour? One of the two. Which is a sort of headwind. We've captured the glide slope. Clear to land runway 06 left, Rust bucket 321. Flaps 3. Flaps 4.
Check the speed.
Alright, I'll take it slower. Flaps 3. Not going to do it, is he? Flaps 4. I'll do it myself. I'll ignore you. I will. Flaps 3 and flaps 4. Done manually because the co-pilot was having a hissy fit because I called him dumb. And we're sort of, yes, going in sideways. That'll be a miracle if this works. Strong crosswind. Buckle up, sick bags at the ready. And don't forget to put your head between your knees.
Approaching 06 left.
Looks more like we're approaching the bit of grass next to it. Come on, turn us in. You can do it. According to the indicators, we're actually almost perfect. Tad under. So we'll just put a couple of extra bits on there. And here we go. Don't hit the apartment block. According to that, we're dead in line, but it doesn't look it. So, autopilot off, and we'll just zip over a little bit.
100.
Whee!
$50, $40, $30.
Bit of a fight, this one.
$20, $10. Retard. 5.
Almost, almost. I think we just burst a tyre. We did burst a tyre. Emergency exits. That was a yes, very poor.
Rust bucket 321. Turn right any intersection.
Approaching 24 right.
Not good. Not good at all. That was the heavy crosswind that threw me off. Oh dear. And I'll get clapping in the background for a good landing. That's really weird.
Rust bucket 321.
Emergency landing. Wilco Rust bucket 321. Oh dear, 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 dear. It's wonderful, this system. You know, you can look at the crosswind here though. Look. It's amazing.
321. Contact tower 121.7.
121.7, Rust bucket 321. Well, we're down. Nobody died. Apparently a couple of tyres burst, but we won't worry about minor details like that. Palmer Tower, Rust bucket 321, vacated runway.
Rust bucket 321. Taxi to gate 20 via November 3. Hold short runway 24 cent.
Taxi to gate 20 via November 3. Hold short runway 24 centre. Rust bucket 321. Right, now, what am I supposed to say now? Okay to clean up. After landing checklist.
After landing checklist. This is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until
After landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Now, what gate we got? Memory's gone again. Gate 20. So let's arrange for that. We don't need to follow me, Carl. I'm glad you enjoyed Dive-8. It's only for fun. Oh, a bit wobbly now, we got some flat tyres. Oh dear, oh dear. That's one hell of a crosswind.
Approaching 06 center. Approaching 06 center.
Cross runway 24 centre, taxi to gate 20 via Echo, Rust bucket 321. Not surprised I didn't make it, not with that crosswind. I mean, look at it, it's ridiculous. Right, now, off we go more.
Air Berlin 152. Monitor Palmer Tower 118.3.
Center.
118.3, Air Berlin 152.
I'm not sure whether that's dust or jet stream vapour, but something's blowing very weirdly across at a very strong rate. Yes, Dive-8, I'm still learning, really. I'm getting there. But I've never had to do a strong headwind. I can't even steer the plane now because I've got flat tyres, I think. should do an emergency evacuation, really. Well, what the hell? Grand Prix drivers can drive Formula 1s on a flat tyre, I can do an Airbus on a flat tyre. And we got disconnected from Twitch TV. They're gonna miss my little attempt at parking. This crosswind is ridiculous. Sorry about that, we lost connection for some reason. And here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Run the marshaller over. Come on, come on, you can do it. This is one hell of a crosswind. As you can see by all the plumes of steam and smoke just sort of blowing in front of us. And we'll stop sort of around about there-ish. Come on. Wave at me, tell me I'm in the right position. Thank you. Good grief. And we'll parking brake on. And we'll cut engine 1 and cut engine 2. And he's going to tell me I did a terrible job of parking as well, just to round off a good flight. Oh, he just said a bit too far. Well, not bad. That's not bad for me. He usually criticises me, something chronic. So, there we are. We are down. We are on the ground. And we need to go ahead.
Okay, the trucks are in now and you can release the parking brake.
Thank you. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please connect external power.
Roger, connecting to GPU.
Thank you. Well, we'll wait for them to do that. And then we'll do the parking checklist. Isn't this fun? For those that sort of missed the end of the stream or missed a bit of it, sorry, lost connection for some reason, got disconnected from Twitch.
Captain, the GPU is now connected.
Thank you. Cabin crew disarm slides. Flight deck.
Captain, all slides are disarmed.
And here we go. Doors will be opening and the jetway is coming in. If anybody missed anything, this will be on YouTube later. Anything good for a laugh. And we'll do the parking checklist, please. If he's not listening again, is he? Parking checklist. Wake up. I'm going to sack this co-pilot. Really am going to sack this co-pilot. Parking checklist.
Parking checklist. APU lead.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Set.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and shocks.
Set.
Parking checklist complete.
Last on that one. Whoops. All the doors are open. And we can do the deboarding. Goodbye, passengers. Jetway's in place already. Can't hear them leaving. They must have gone down the emergency chutes earlier. Oh, here we go. Now they're getting off. And just to prove it, there's the baggage coming off and the cargo pods coming out. And another eventful flight on A2B charters. For some reason the turbines are still turning. Must be the crosswind. Little quirk, but they sort of, these things drive through each other. They don't care. What do they care? Securing the aircraft checklist.
Securing the aircraft checklist. Ideas.
Off.
Oxygen.
Off.
APU bleed.
Off.
Emergency exit light.
Off.
No smoking.
Off.
APU and battery.
Off.
Securing the aircraft checklist complete.
Thank you. And that's is the end of the flight. The passengers are getting off. The baggage is unloaded. And we just wait for the last few cargo pods to come off. For those that watched my eventful flight, thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Feel free to leave them in the text window, chat window, or if you're watching the replay on Google, or YouTube I should say, I mustn't call it Google, YouTube, you can make any comments on there as well. It'll be uploaded there later. Why not? If you want details of where the my YouTube is, I'll put it up on my profile eventually one day. Thank you, Spike. Well, I did a reasonable job. I should have let it just auto land, I reckon. I reckon that would have landed on the grass as well. So when I took over control, I a bit sharp on the yoke, reacted a bit too quick, especially with that crosswind. And probably later on today, at some stage, early evening possibly, we will be leaving Palma de Mallorca. Don't know the destination yet. Could be anywhere. Within about 2 hour flight range generally. give or take a bit. And we'll see if we can't do it properly next time. That crosswind was awful. I've never actually had quite such a crosswind as that, must say. 40 knot crosswind. Slightly head-on crosswind as well. That was not nice. I've landed in thunderstorms with kinder winds than that. I notice there's nothing else landing. I'm the only brave one. Even the AI traffic won't come in and land on this crosswind. It's nothing going anywhere, nothing taking off and nothing leaving. Oh dear. I didn't get a weather warning to tell me not to. Last of the cargo pods coming off, and that will be the end of the deboarding. Don't know, Spike. Probably be the Airbus again, because it's the only one I'm actually sort of used to at the moment. I do have the PMD G737 NGX. I've not actually flown it yet. I haven't even done the tutorial on that one yet. I've also got the Dash 8. Again, I've not even done the tutorial on that yet. So I don't know. I might go for a light aircraft and go for a Cessna. Don't know yet. Not made up my mind. Feel free to suggest something. And that's it. They are gone. They are done. Efficient ground glue. So thank you all for watching. It has been my pleasure. I enjoyed it. That's the whole point of doing it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. Simple as that. And if it wasn't so much little bit of fun, you wouldn't watch it either. Entertainment for fun, but also learning experience. Until the next time, which will probably be later on today. So if you're watching this as a YouTube recording, obviously not later on today for you. But yeah, until the next time, hope you enjoyed it. And if you're not a follower, don't forget to press the follow button. You'll get notifications of my next flight. As I say, it will be later on today. Not quite sure of the timing yet. Not sure of the route and not sure of the plane. We will be continuing on from Palma de Mallorca. I always like to fly from where I last landed. So that's the only thing that I actually know at the moment. Other than that, sky's the limit. Literally. Taddy bye. I'll still be on the chat window for a little while though. Okay, Spike. Hopefully, you'll get be able to see it. If you're not a follower, press the follow button, and it'll send you an email before or as soon as the stream starts. Doing quite well. Gained 5 followers during that stream. Blimey, miracles. be hitting the dizzy heights of nearly 30 soon. Wow. Thank you very much. More followers the merrier. Doesn't cost anything, apart from 3 hours of suffering my flying. But I do provide free sick bags. Thank you, Spike. I can just see it coming up on the screen now. Thank you very much, Spike. It's appreciated. And it's free. As I say, it's free. You don't get charged for it. And I'm not going to come around with a begging bowl. We shall see. I may do a offline tutorial of the 737 NGX, and I may try flying that later, but that really would be it. Yes, that'll be an experience if I do fly that after just one tutorial flight. We'll shall see. Okay, Spike. Oh, for those that are interested, on FSCaptain, despite a little mishap on the landing, I got a score of 90. Base score of 85. The on time with no ETE revisions was +5. And the PAXCOM said it was a very nice landing. That's why they clapped, which is +5. But I lost 5 for not staying on the taxiway. What a surprise that. So a final computer score of 90 on FSCaptain for that flight. Yay! Which means things are going nicely. Only the trouble is, they're stuck on the aeroplane. They don't want to get off. Don't ask me why they don't want to get off. They just don't want to get off. From me, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. See you later on, fellas and lasses.